defense, they have to play off the momentum the offense generated. One stop, and they end this game.
Extra point right down the middle, and they will take a 7-point lead. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Raiders heading out to take over. And CD, the pressure is on here. Only a touchdown on this series will prevent their season from coming to an end right here, right now.
And this is why the postseason overtime rules were changed, partner, to afford teams an opportunity to respond in this type of a situation, because in the past, this game would already be over, and the losing team would be making off-season plans. Now they've earned their way into a postseason. They do get a chance to answer after the other team scores first.
But this is where the new rule comes into effect. In past years, this game's over. They've got a chance, though, to match touchdowns now. It's first down. Now here's a throw that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's second down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He finds his man, complete. That's Russell. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Russell. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Working from a 7-point deficit here in overtime of this Super Bowl. And remember, they'll need to score before time runs out as they work on second down. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
To throw is Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. On the give, this is their fullback. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, what a game this has turned out to be here. Second possession of overtime. Obviously, Charles, they need the touchdown, and now looking pretty good here in the red zone.
And in addition, they face a very important decision if they do reach the end zone. Kick the extra point, take the tie, and send this game to sudden death, or go for 2 and let it come down to one last 2-point try.
On second down, Jackson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Nervous time now, moving the chains, an absolute must. Here's 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, Raiders.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this one through the uprights and good. That time a 9-play drive, and it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Portland's offense now about set to take over. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Following the penalty, Montgomery. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30.
But obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Back to throw. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If you make someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And, Charles, those overtime rule changes, this is where we really see their full effect. Here they got a chance to answer and keep the game going on their first possession of OT. And now, after that last stop, they can win it right here with any kind of score.
And what a victory that would be, Brandon, because if they can come all the way back from the brink of defeat and end up with a win here, imagine that. To even reach this point, how about the resilience, the fortitude? And you would expect that from a playoff team, but they still had to exhibit it. Now they have to go out there and win this ball game. Sudden death finally in play.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now 3rd down and very long. Now Jackson. Little underneath throw into the hands of Walker. And he will make his way out of bounds. That stops the clock, but they'll have something else to consider now. It's 4th down here. Here's the Raiders punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Pulled in at the 24. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. One overtime. How about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment. Well, if you like drama, especially in the biggest of all games, we are back for the second overtime now in the Super Bowl. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Collins. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 39. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. He did not have a catch till that moment. Pretty good time for his first one, though, here in OT.
I would agree with that. And just think about how they had to cycle through all the play sheets, right? Tried to find ways to get a lot of people the football. In this case, as you said, he hadn't had a catch all game. Now they find him in a key moment. Really well done.
They run Montgomery. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. And here's a handoff out of the gun. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
This now in field goal range. It's a question of when you want to try it. Here's first down. Now Montgomery. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. Now whistles and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. And his kick is good. The field goal is through the uprights, and they've won the Super Bowl. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
Hey, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.